Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Well, not at home yet, but I'm kind of at home. This is where I used to live when I used to stay in Romania. Short visit, actually a few hours visit. I had to attend a birthday, a very important birthday, and nevertheless, this is not even mine. This is my father's, and my father was taller than I was. An introduction here. That's my Hercules. I bought that during the communist times with 110 leis, and it's mine. One day I will take it home in the United States of America, and that's obviously me graduating from U.S. college. All right, so this is the setting, and we have the debate between Joe Biden, the current president of the United States of America, and the former president of the United States of America, Donald Trump. I watched the entire debate, and I have here on my little CC iPad all the important things that I could see in that debate. I have the topics, but before I go there, I will provide you with some extra information about the debate. The debate was held by CNN in Georgia, and the two hosts were very interesting people, and I will show you. So, one was one of the anchors, the ones who are over there asking questions, was Mr. Jake Tapper, this guy right here. And why they mention here is because of this little piece of information. So nothing wrong with that, but I have to point it out. So his parents are Jewish, and that was one. And the other one is Dana Bash right here. And Dana Bash is right there in the first, right there. She also was born, Miss Schwartz, in a Jewish family. So we have, just by coincidence, two great anchors or journalists, however you want to call them, and they will moderate our American presidential debates. They will be framed by the CNN with the agreement coming from those guys over there. Now, the debate was agreed that will last, for every question will be a 2-minute answer. That's very short, and I will tell you why it was 2 minutes short. What I think, it was only 2 minutes short, the answer. And then if you want to have a follow-up or a comment, you go with 1 minute. 1 minute, so in 1 minute, your mind cannot wander too far away, so you can't bring it back. So you know what I mean? Yes. I have this little iPad, as I said, and I'm not going to go into who owns CNN, and I'm not going to go into who owns, but hey, if I'm at it, why not? Because CNN is also is part of, where are you? Is part of, where are you? By Warner Brothers. And Warner Brothers, we go over there, we find some interesting names here. And one of them is, where are you, my little boy? Right there. We have David Zaslav. And not only, go and check him out too. Yes, he's the same kind. Just a coincidence. So let's go to this debate. So I'm going to read one by one what I found out here. So the first topic, it was the economy. So let me tell you what were the topics of this debate, picked by people who think that those are the most important topics that we should be concerned with. The economy, then it was Roe v. Wade, the abortion, then it was immigration topic, then it was the foreign policy topic, which was Russia-Ukraine war, and what happens in the Middle East with Israel and the Palestinians, or Hamas, however you want to look at it. Then it was the January 6th topic, very interesting topic, right? Why do you think that it was brought up? Then it says the other one, another topic was Social Security topic, childcare topic, cost of the childcare, and then the opioid crisis topic. And then there were the new topic, and they were about if Trump would accept the results of the elections, not Biden, if Trump. And then there were the closing statements. Now, general observation of the two old people's body language. First, Biden was framed a little bit further. Sometimes they split the frame, the screen, and Biden was a little bit further. Trump was a little bit forward. So that means you see this instead of seeing this. So more details on Trump, less on Biden. Biden looked at many times as a lost person. I pointed out when he sometimes, most of the time, he's like this. That person is not lucid. Not lucid. I have to applaud the guys in charge of Biden who were capable of inserting all those suppositories in the nostrils, injections, whatever he's got, patches in, and who knows what else in order to keep him over there. He was there. He stood up. He did not sit down. He was able to answer the questions. He stuttered a lot, and whenever he lost the thread of thought, he said, jumped on something else. Very good. And at about 1 minute and a half, he was losing it. That's my point. Pay attention. 2 minutes, he doesn't have time for his mind to wander off. Trump was, how should I put it, fluent. Nothing, no mistakes over there. The other guy, on the other hand, is very bad from that perspective. But he answered the questions. He made some mistakes. He called millions. He called trillions instead of billions. Sometimes he caught that one. But he has a problem with numbers. I knew this from before. He kind of, 300 million, 300 billion. It's not really the same. But nevertheless. What else? There were not too many verbal attacks to one another. There was decent debate. For me, that's not a debate. Let's start with that one. There was no audience, no public. That's how's that? Why? I think because they tried not to throw off Biden's beep. That's what I think. Trump showed that he can talk while he's interrupted. Biden is. Look, when he's going to hear Trump in the background say something, he's losing his thread of mind, whatever is that called. So let's start with the topics. I have them by minutes. You go and watch it. So remember, this is a CNN version. Why did I pick CNN? Because, I don't know. Topic, all right. Topic of the economy. At minute 3:35, Biden claims that the economy collapsed and there were no jobs when he took office. Now that can't be true because we would have known if the economy collapsed. There would have been crisis. And that's also not true because there were no jobs. Yes, there were jobs. I was hired. I was employed. So, all right. So that's the first one, generalities. Then at minute 4:35, Biden says that he found chaos, and there was chaos, literally chaos, when we got in office and we put everything together. And he said that he added 15,000 jobs and 800,000 new manufacturing jobs. Trump claimed that yes, those jobs were the ones that that were laid off because of COVID, and then they came back. Now, I don't know. I don't have the statistics. Nevertheless, let's move on. Biden said at minute 7:07 that he is the only president, and I'm quoting, in this century that doesn't have, in this decade, has no troops dying anywhere in the world, the US troops. So he said, I'm the only president in this century that had no troops die in the past decade. Decade is 10 years, mind you. He has been president for almost 4 years, so I don't know what he's talking about. Anyway, I don't think that's true, and I will tell you why. I know that some military troops died in Syria, and I know those 2 Marines that got lost while they were in an operation by Somalia, if you remember, in an operation, they were Marines, I don't know what happened to them, by, how do you call it, by, not Yemen, but I suspect it was Yemen, they say Somalia, blah, 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 that area. So yes, they were just training. Yeah, all right. So another claim by Biden. Biden said, let's see, in minute 11:17, that we have 1,000, the United States of America has 1,000 trillionaires, which we don't. But then he caught that and said, we got billionaires. All right. At minute 11:33, Biden said that if the richest are taxed 25%, they raise $500 million in a 10-year period. Then he said, billion. All right, well, it's okay. Strike 2, right? At minute 11:33, that was the one. Where's that? That is when he lost trade and he tried to recover, and he changed the topic to Medicare, saying that we finally beat Medicare, and then Jack Tapper intervenes and says thank you and stops him because he was off subject. Now, Roe v. Wade abortion topic. Biden uses the same thing that most people use, which is in case of abortion, in case of a rape, abortion should be, yeah, we agree with that. I think anyone could agree with that, unless you have certain kind of things. All right, but how many pregnancies result from rapes? I think it's less than 1% last time I checked that. So yeah, we agree with that. What about the 99%? Well, the fight is about the 99%. Nobody cares. I mean, nobody disputes the 1%. No, the pregnancies resulted from rape. We all agree. I personally have no problem. I mean, it's like normal, right? To think that should, if the victim wants to abort, that should be no limits. Abort one, that's it. Now, it depends how soon you find out, correct? All right, let's move on to the next one. It says that in minute 18:04, Biden stares like a lost person. Many times. Minute 18:23. Biden talks about Roe v. Wade, and he says something about the 3 trimesters when he was asked about by Trump, kind of, if he agrees or Trump makes a point that, this guy is a Democrat. Trump claims, and I'm aware of that situation where in one state, one Democrat governor signed something that you can make an abortion to abortion and so on. And he says, Biden comes here and says, well, it's 3 trimesters, but he was talking about something else, and he talks about situation between patient and the doctor and extreme situation, and the woman and the state. These were the 3 trimesters, he says. Okay, immigration topic. Jake Tapper, tapeworm, asked Biden at minute 20:20, what is Biden going to do to solve this problem, the immigration, the illegal immigration? This problem, the crossing, is the immigration, not Biden's problem, it's this problem. Well, we got a big problem anyway. Jack Tapper doesn't assign responsibility in this question. Minute 21:06, Biden claims that Trump separated children from their mother at the border and put them in cages, when actually it was, if I remember correctly, that procedure was done by Obama. It started under Obama. So again, that's you can say, yeah, Trump might have done that, but how about your boss, Obama? Who many people say he is in charge of all this garbage now. It says, Biden claims at minute 21:20 that 40% less people coming in this country illegally. So he claims that that's 40% less people trying to come to the United States of America illegally. Well, I looked online and that's not really so. It said that in the in Biden's administration, it was an article that I looked at, and it was like from Scoop or something. If it's false or not, it was a claim in X that about 7.5 or 7.2 million illegals, people crossed the border illegally in United States of America under Biden's administration, whereas under Trump it was much less. But hey, you can check that out on your own. It says that at minute 21:24, Biden makes a mistake saying that his administration will move until they will get a total ban. He thought about the illegal immigration, and then he switches this. He realizes that he said something he was not supposed to, and he said that he stutters. He tries to change, like the locomotives, the trains, when they try to change from one lane track to another track. Is like that's Biden's mind, and then jumps on a different topic. And he says that he talks about the initiative, what he can do with Border Patrol and with asylum officers. Minute 21:45, Trump says he had the safest border in the history of our country. The only thing you had to do is leave it that way. I think that is kind of true. Foreign policy, Russia-Ukraine war. Minute 29:13, Trump says that Biden encouraged Russia to get in Ukraine because of the idiotic retreat from Afghanistan. Minute 31:19, Biden claims that Trump told Putin to do whatever he wants in Ukraine. That's a lie. Minute 31:29, Biden claims Putin wants to reestablish the Soviet Union. That's why he entered the Ukraine. I think that's idiotic as well, but this is Biden, because Biden tried to scare people. If we don't do this, this is gonna happen. If we don't do this is gonna happen. Without evidence. They're gonna talk about the climate change topic as well, and the same way. If this is the only existential threat of the humanity. All right, nothing else. Not Russia's nuclear wars. No, nuclear warheads. No. All right, it says here, minute 31:55. Trump says this is a war that shouldn't have started. And that's exactly what I said many, many times before. Ukraine war, a war that shouldn't have started. And Trump says, rightfully, at 32:21, the U.S. gave $200 billion, and every time, this is what he says, every time Zelensky comes here, he leaves, and I'm quoting, with $60 billion. He must be the greatest salesman ever. You can't say that one because Zelensky is Ukrainian. All right. Minute 30:35. Trump said that he will settle the war in Ukraine before he takes office, if elected. That is between the time he get elected and the time when he's sworn in. So that period of time from November to January, whatever, then he's going to solve the problem by having the Russians and the Ukrainians talk. But if they say Ukrainians, I don't know if Zelensky is going to be around. Anyway, minute 45, Biden claims that Putin is a war criminal. Remember, innocent until proven guilty. Well, some other people could be called that way. And I have some names. Like, for instance, I would say the guys who illegally bombarded Yugoslavia in 1999. That was illegal under the international law. They didn't have the authorization of the UN Security Council. And it was not in self-defense. When you unilaterally act. So, again, and I have Bush, the same, destroyed at least 2 countries on a falsehood, which is those guys have weapons of mass destruction. First, they tried to, those guys were responsible for September 11. That didn't fly. And then they went to, his training terrorists. And then he said, he being Saddam. And then he got to he got the next one with weapons of mass destruction, which was a lie. And then the third one, we brought freedom and democracy. Maybe they didn't want that. How about that one? I'm just saying. So you don't do that. You don't come in someone's house searching for drugs and you find something else and you don't find drugs, but you find that one. Besides, if you come in someone's house as a police officer, you have to have a warrant. He did not have a warrant. But nevertheless, what can you do? This is the war. And then we have, obviously, I'm going to do this. We have those guys in Libya, which is obviously his Secretary of State, which is Obama's Secretary of State, Hillary Clinton, and who was very happy when Gaddafi was killed, as he was killed by, okay? And remember, Obama, he did to Libya what he did with his NATO friends. So I got at least 3 more that should come into the accused box, or just called as Biden called Putin. Now it says here, minute 32:59, Biden claims that Putin wants to reestablish the empire and take all Ukraine, and after that, he's going to take Poland and Belarus, and then NATO countries. Based on what? In his, I don't know, crystal globe or something? No evidence. The same people can say, well, the United States has 740 military locations, bases around this globe. They want to take over the globe, which sounds more plausible. The Russians taking over Europe, fighting in Ukraine, or the Americans taking over the globe, having about 750 bases and military deployments on this planet. Well, you know exactly what the answer is. Now, it goes here, Middle East topic. And I would like you to watch Biden staring like in minute 36:05 as Trump is talking. He's like a lost person. Minute 37:25. Biden continues to claim that Putin would get into Poland and the NATO countries without evidence. Because if you say that the fact that you invaded a country means you're going to go further and next and next, that means you can say that United States of America, when they invaded Iraq, they went next to Afghanistan, and then they went to Libya, and then they went to Syria, they went to this, right? I mean, yeah, that's evidence, but what happened with those perpetrators? Nothing. Why? Rules-based world order, as some idiots like to say it. All right, it says here that Biden at 37:38, minute 37:38, Biden brags that got 50 countries to support Ukraine, failing to mention that there's actually a minority of countries on this planet. 194 or 193 countries on this planet. So what are you doing, buddy? It's a minority. You don't win elections with a minority. So that's not wide support. It's narrow, small, slim support. And those countries are the vassal states that we all know. European Union, Australia, New Zealand, Palau, Balagao, Japan, South Korea. These are vassal states. And Argentina now. We have here about January 6th topic. Minute 51:05, Biden claims that 40 out of 45 of Trump's top cabinet officers refuse to endorse Trump. And he says maybe they know that they don't know Trump. Well, I think that's for us to realize who's really in charge of this country. Not this country. Not that Trump appointed those guys and those guys work for him and now they disavow him. Yeah, that could be true. Could be true. But since I know better, I think those guys, that tells us that those guys actually were not Trump's people. I mean, if I hire people and after they lose office or whatever, they disavow me, it could be because I'm a bad person, or maybe you were not my people. So you are the ones of the system. They were talking about the, I would call it marsh. We don't call it swamp, marsh. All right, it says here that after the break, they had a break at minute 55:23. They talk about black unemployment, and Dana, the CNN, I told you Dana, she picks the black unemployment, and she claims that, first question, why not the Mexican unemployment? Why not the Romanian unemployment, Romanian Americans? Why not, I don't know, the Hispanic, let's put it this way, unemployment? What about Indian unemployment? What about Jewish unemployment? Why is she going into black unemployment? Well, if you really care about people, you care about all people, all right? Not that. Yes, and she makes this like it has to be. We have different abilities, skills. The outcome, we want a plane, well, flies here. We have a playing field. Abilities and effort are different. But they claim that if you have 10 people on an island of different races, different ethnicities, just human beings, they will all have the same outcome if you go and check on them on, I don't know, 1 year. They will all have the same thing. They all have the same thing. But nevertheless. And she talks about black unemployment, and she claims that the record low unemployment under what's his name, Biden. I don't think so, but nevertheless. And it's a gap between white and black, and he says that the black families earn far less than white families, she says. Well, I would like to know what's the gap between the Chinese families and the white families. I would like to know what the gap is between the black families and the Jewish families. Can we do that, Dana? No, we can't. Why? I don't know. Or let's say Indian families, we are doing fantastically in the United States of America, and black families. Why do you pick only those guys? Well, you know why. Because it's Dana and Jack. By name, his name is not Jack. His name is Jacob. Okay, Jacob Tapeworm. Just a caveat. And her name, let's go back here. Her full name. So Jacob, and her name, full name, is very important, obviously, is Dana Ruth Schwartz. That's how she was called. But hey, she's Dana Bash. No? You wouldn't know. You wouldn't know. Hey, don't believe me? It's okay. Don't believe me? I show you. Right there. You see over there? Chippy chippy kappa kappa. And this guy right here. Nothing wrong with that. But since we love the truth, and if you don't like the truth, that means you are a thief. All right, that means we're gonna tell who's who, what's what. I'm Romanian. Yeah, I was born Romanian. All right, I'm a U.S. citizen. All right, let's move on. No Latinos, no other group, just that. And it says that after 1 hour of all this debate, the anchor asks about the climate crisis, and this is the new topic. The idiot anchor claims at 1:23 that the hottest in record history. So this 2023 was the hottest at 1 hour when she talks about the topic of climate change. The hottest year in humans recorded history was last year or this year. No, last year. Last year can't be this year yet. Last year, and that's a trend. But that's very bad. But I wonder, when was the last time when it was the hottest? Was that the climate change again? And then when it was the last time? Because I don't think it goes like this. It was like this, like this, like this, like this, like this, like this. So you can tell me, yeah, Emil ate 10 pigs today. But he also ate 9 pigs, 5 years ago. And in between, he ate less than 5 pigs or less than that. You know what I mean? I mean, every time you had this is the hottest. So was, 10 years ago that day or that year. Let's move on. It says, the same person says, they mention hurricanes and rising sea levels. Again, she claims that what would Trump do to slow down the climate crisis, as she calls it? She already framed it as a crisis. What would do? Minute 1 hour, so it's 1 hour 03:25. Biden claims that climate change is the only existential threat to humanity. Now, minute 1 hour 03:37. Watch Biden's open mouth as Trump answers. That's not a guy who computes over there. Minute, let's say 1 hour 04:46. Biden claims they are making progress with the pollution, and they make progress by 2035. They will have cut pollution in half. Can you believe that? Like the Chinese will agree with that. Again, he has his little crystal ball, and he tells us what's going to be in the future. Tell me the lottery numbers now. They talk about Social Security topic, the child care cost topic, which is bad, $1,000 for a kid on average. And then the opioid crisis. And it says that Trump wakes up and because he has to find certain kind of sympathy from a certain group, and he talks about the this is what he frames it. The Wall Street Journal reporter who is hostage in Russia. That is Mr. Kerkovich Kabaregovich. Go check his background and you're going to find out another taper, and another Dana, another Stein. And he said that he vows to get that reporter out before he's sworn in the office, because that's very important to him. What about Paul Whelan, the Marine? Rotten for what, 5 years already? We got Brittany, the fantastic brain of Brittany Griner, the basketball, remember? But hey, Whelan is still there. Why? We're gonna get Gerkovich back. My God, that tells you the priorities of a country and who's who, what's what. I mean, you got two guys moderating the debate. In 1 hour 23:58, Biden wants to have a driving contest with Trump. So they were talking about their medical abilities, who's more viral and so on. And Biden challenges Trump at a driving contest. He should not be around a car or the seat of a car with a steering wheel in front of him. But he's challenging Trump. I think Trump will definitely win. I don't think Trump is a Ayrton Senna Formula One driver, but I think the other guy, if you put him over there, is going to be like, straight into the ditch. New topic: if Trump accepts the results of the election, regardless of who wins. Biden was not asked that, only Trump. And Trump says yes, he accepts it if it's fair, legal, and good election. Absolutely, he said. Now, words are words, right? And then closing statements. In the closing statements at 1 hour 36:29, Trump rightfully points out that Biden talks about the future, what they will do, but avoids what they've done. And I think that's very clear. That's what they do, because that's what you do in propaganda. In propaganda, you create visions. You create an ending point where you're going to take the baboons, but you're never going to reach it. And in the meantime, when you don't reach it, you say, we don't reach it because of him, because of that, because of that. You should have taken that into consideration. No, there were unforeseen events, all right? So they promise they can't reach it, and then they talk about another one, and always shift responsibility. Don't look back to what you haven't done, like the immigration. They were talking about an issue created mostly under Biden's administration, and I'm talking about illegal immigration, not regular immigration. Anyway, they talk about what should we do now, and Biden says, I'm going to do this. You haven't done shit for 3 years and 7 months or even more. 7 months. Nothing. I mean, what you did is just now. Remember, who frames the debate? Who frames the debate? CNN? Who are the moderators? I'm telling you. It was a guy, Dr. William. I can't tell you his last name. You figured it out. He said in one of his speeches that this guy's fault, the Zelensky-Stein's fault, is they become more and more willing to show off. And when they show off too much, that means they blow their cover. You can point that, oh, this is Zelensky. Oh, you got the Prime Minister of France. Oh, you got the Defense Minister of Great Britain. Oh, you got the Secretary of State of the United States of America. Oh, you got the, Treasury Department of the United States of America. Oh, you got the Homeland Security, Mayorkas. They start trumpeting. People might start seeing a pattern, and it's not good for them. And if you think that that's just a coincidence, I would like you to name me 5 Romanians that you know abroad, outside of Romania, that are in positions of power anywhere. And if they're not, which you will not find, I will ask you why. Certainly we're not imbeciles. You can't say, well, they are better at it than us. You can't say that, because otherwise you're going to have problems in employment. And right, when you employ people and say, well, we have a disproportionate representation of this group, you can't say these are imbeciles. Remember, they said they were going to perform the same. Even Biden said, he said here, every black kid can do the same thing as a white kid in college. Yeah, they can. Okay, all right, good. Then why aren't Romanians anywhere in the US government? I would like to know that. Or, I don't know, French people. I mean, but I'm sorry, that's Karine Jean-Pierre. I think she qualifies as French, right? Bull fucking shit. Anyway, so they blow their cover, and that Dr. William said, and then people would note, and then things will, go bad for them. That's why a lot of them say, whoa, hold, too much. You see, you show the connection. Netanyahu, Schumer, and others in the Senate and so on, and in the House, and it's not good. And I'd move to what's going on over here. I personally don't really care which of these two guys will get elected. I tell you why. Because Trump will tell his guys that he's going to hire again to do something, and they will not do. And his party, unless he's got his right people as a majority, will not listen to him. Like he wanted to build a wall. Remember how much? He couldn't. He had, I think, at that time, he had the majority in, I can't remember, it was the House at that time. They didn't. He had to take it from the military-industrial complex, from the budget, from the military budget. Defense, but we are everywhere. We defend ourselves by being in your house and making sure you don't do shit to us, because we are the good and you are the bad. We say so. That's garbage. So I personally don't care who wins, because the garbage still goes down. Now you can say, well, America was not in a war during Trump's yeah, that's true. But I think if Trump wants to change something, would be a good way to clean and wash face, save face. It's just crazy who wants to stop the war in Ukraine. And then he said, abort mission. Remember, Victoria Nuland, in one of her little televised, whatever there was, how do you call it, virtual appearance in one of the organizations with Ukrainians, she warned them, United States will not do this again if we fail now. Why? Because you can't. If you don't break it now, that means the other guy is going to grow stronger and stronger. And other countries will see, oh, Russia withstood these guys' attempt, NATO, because people were afraid of the United States of America and its vassal states going to be smacked around. Examples, Yugoslavia, coalition, Iraq, coalition, Afghanistan, coalition, Libya, coalition, Syria, coalition, even now in the Middle East, coalition, in Ukraine. Do you think it's Ukraine? No, it's coalition, the same coalition. Monstruosa coaliție. Remember Monstruosa coaliție? All right. So again, it's a well-known Romanian writer. My friends, doesn't really matter. I hope, I don't like to say hope because I don't hope. I do stuff. I don't say, I hope. No, because of hope. No, I don't hope. I set goals and I try to achieve them. Oh, I hope he's going to come. No, I want to make him come. Come closer, not come. Okay. No, I hope he will do it. I hope, and what is that? I hope it's gonna be. Why don't you change it? Anyway, here it is, my friends. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just. See you later.